Hey guys, what's up everyone? Welcome back again to yet another video tutorial lesson from the Apex Predator Billiards Training Club. My name is Apex Elenio, your aspiring professional pool player and pool instructor. Now in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you here a comparison analysis between several racks that I found myself in where I have this very inconsistency in my game as it relates to my break. Now, in no way, shape or form, let me just lay out a disclaimer here that in no way, shape or form is this video made to discredit the opponent that is an amateur level player, but it's more so to highlight good moments and also bad moments to which we can take from and move on with our game. So now that that is out of the way, let us jump right into the rack and have a look at what's going on here. Now, starting off with the break shot here, you'll realize that as I broke, it goes across the side rail, touches the other side rail, and scratch. Now, on screen here, you're seeing a previous match to which I just uploaded on the channel, where you also saw that I did the very same exact side rail break there, and of course, I scratched in the same corner. And also in that same match, I also broke again, and the cue ball took that very consistent path, scratching into the corner pocket. So that is something worth taking note of, particularly for my game. I'm not sure if it happens to you in your game, if you consistently scratch in a particular pocket every time you break. Now, the opponent that is in this particular video here is a lower level player and may not be able to run out or capitalize on the opportunities like what Shane is doing here. He's not as strong of that opponent, but you have to make certain that you work consistently on your break, because of course when you're playing with a higher level player, you don't really get much chances, and the display that you're going to be seeing on screen here may not necessarily be what you will be faced with all the time. You may end up with a player that is ferocious and doesn't take or doesn't give back many chances and will punish you considerably if you make those kind of errors. Now, as mentioned before, the aim of this video is not to discredit the player or to put the player down, but is of course to highlight some good moments that occurred in the rack. Now, what I want you to notice here with this particular player is his demeanor around the table. Now, bear in mind that he's an amateur level player and we're just playing casual pool in the pool hall on this particular day, but you can see his demeanor around the table. He's very unsure. He doesn't have very good stance. He doesn't have very good planning strategies. He's not working out what he needs to do, and he just gets down, tries to shoot the first shot he sees, and it pretty much doesn't work out in his favor. Now you can see that as he misses the shot, he walks around, he looks a little bit disgruntled, a little bit annoyed with himself, and that is something that I have to mention to you, that is one mental technique, a mental hack in which you can know whether your opponent is a strong player or a weak player. Now let's get into the rack here. I decided to take on the stripe balls, right? And for whatever reason, it is because the 5, the 1, the 3 and the 7 is clustered up, so it's easier for me here to walk through the rack. Now here I play my first shot into the corner, then played position for the 15 into the adjacent pocket, and then now here I'm actually trying to clear out that quadrant of the table here. So I'm going to be stun drawing this 11 ball here, just coming down a little bit, leaving myself with an angle which will naturally bring me back to the middle of the table. Now I'm going to be making a little error here in terms of my position. May have needed a bit more left side spin on this to really get perfect position here, but I kind of didn't put as much spin, and then I bump into the 6, leaving myself partially snookered. Now I can see the edge of the 14, but it's not enough to really make a clean putt. Now, even though I'm going to be missing the putt, this putt can actually be made if I hit the ball a little bit thicker than how I expected and allow spin-induced throw to help me to pocket the ball. This is also another mental error. I didn't really think about the fact that I could use spin-induced throw or cut-induced throw to get the ball to go down. Now, my opponent is about to get yet another chance here. You can see that I could barely see the ball, but at the same time, I tried to play a two-way shot. I was trying to make the 12, and at the same time, if I do miss, which was highly probable, I would have perhaps left my opponent really tough in a sticky situation. And please note that he's an amateur level player. He's going to make mistakes that you would probably not make. Now here he gets down, he doesn't really think about what he's doing, he just gets down. I'm not sure what the intent was he trying to play a combination bank? Well, the bank made, but I'm not so certain. And even if it had been made, he would have left himself even tougher here. So once again, I've got another opportunity on the table here, and I'm going to be playing 3 very clean pots here. Tough pots in which it really comes down to decision making here, and of course having a system in mind. Now a lot of persons state that banking is supposed to be a feel, but different table plays differently. And for example, on my table here, well, at the time of playing on this table, it wasn't rocked. The rails were low, and the ball tends to hop whenever you bank the ball a bit too hard. So I had to mostly bank with top spin and bank it short of the diamond reference point. Now a good bank there. Now I have a very steep cut here to which I have to play position for the 10. Now if you notice the path that I took to play position for the 10, it was really with the aim of using the 6 and the 2 to stop and play for position here. And upon doing that, a lot of players might try to hit the ball hard, open up the cluster, try to create something. Sometimes you have to just play the natural path for the cue ball here. Now you'll notice here that on this shot, I was trying to play position for the 8 into the side. And if you notice how I locked into that shot really well, the idea was that I shouldn't have put so much draw on the cue ball. I should have really played more with center, and I just allow the cue ball to go a little bit higher. And then now, obviously the 8 ball cannot be played into this bottom right corner here. So I had to literally play position for the side. I could have also tried to put a little bit more draw and get back out towards the middle of the table to throw a pot into this bottom left pocket here, but it hasn't worked out in my favor. Now, have you ever been in a position where you're playing, whether it be a higher level player or an amateur level player, and you're in between decisions? Here I've called the pot into the side, but it looks very, very steep, and it also looks very scratchable. So here I got down and I got up, I got down and I got up, because I'm very insecure about banking on certain tables. Certain tables require a certain stroke. It requires you sometimes to bank hard or bank soft or bank with center high or bank with center low. So when it comes to my particular table here, I tend to be a little bit insecure, but I did eventually make up my mind here, just aligning the reference diamonds here and getting down. And if you notice how smoothly I bank this ball into this pocket here, and this is one of the things that you really want to do. You really want to believe in what you're doing, believe in the systems that you've learned. I have a lot of banking system videos on my channel, a lot of kicking systems, a lot of positional play systems that are on my channel. So do definitely check out the description box below. You'll find links to those useful tutorials, and you'll be able to capitalize on errors made by your opponent like this one. So I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. So until then, take care and continue practicing and do well. Bye bye.